it's actually with the lower two, meaning second and third, and we'll get into the chakras in a very deep presentation later on. The second and third need to be cleared and balanced. The fourth and fifth, heart, wisdom, need activation and balancing. And the sixth needs coordination, activation, and opening of the gateway. So the sixth chakra, third eye, coordinates the other five with the other five chakras below it, as well as needs full activation itself, as well as makes integration to the seventh. The fourth and fifth chakras actually are energized or intensified and activated further and then balanced and ultimately become crystallized. The second and third primarily need clearing and balancing, becoming unknotted, becoming harmonious and sufficiently cleared so that energy can go up further. And we'll see this too, the ascension of energy up the spine, the kundalini, from the base chakra to the seventh. Ra talks about that as well. So Ra adds, in many cases, therefore, those normally quite blocked, weakened, and distorted can, through love and strength of will, become healers momentarily. You can think of the Matrix movie where Trinity gives Neo a big kiss after he dies and brings him back to life. This is lovely, through love and strength of will, right? She loved him deeply. He was the one and the one for her. And by strength of will and faith, she knew he was the one. She knew he couldn't die. You can't die. And, belief moves mountains, right? So she had utter certainty that he can't die. He is the one. And loved him deeply and brought him back. That's no different, in essence, than what Jesus did when he's raising the dead, if that really happened. But that's what a healer will do, or a great master. In terms of either healing another, or itself becoming a perfect healer of oneself in the moment, by great strength of will. This is very interesting. However, to be a healer by nature, one has to train oneself. And so then Don asks about the training. I'm going to go through this response and the next one, and then we'll open to questions. I think maybe people are getting ready for asking questions. So Don asks, should the person to receive training be living the law of one? Ra says, this is both correct and incorrect. To someone such as yourself, with a desire to learn about healing, it is correct, meaning you ought to be living the law of one in your training. However, there are some souls who can heal, yet their lives do not reflect the law of one. These souls have, nevertheless, found a pathway to intelligent infinity, divine healing power, i.e. seventh chakra, even though they still have blockages in their lower chakras. Again, I've a little bit modified the language in these paragraphs to make it easier, so you will find phrases that Ra doesn't use, like divine. They never use the word divine. And they don't, in fact, I'm not sure if they use the term lower chakras either. But, bear with me. So, compared to Ra, even a nice word like divine, I think, is kind of loose, not a narrow band transmission, as it looks to me now. But I apologize for that. So Ra is basically saying, if you want to learn about healing, then of course you need to be living the law of one. Living the law of one means seeking to be of benefit to self and other, and seeking to be in balance and harmony, seeking, our own best way forward for the benefit of all. That's pretty simple. So if you want to learn healing and get that training, then sure, you ought to have a spiritual way of living. But then there are people who do healing, but their lives don't reflect that, which means, Ra used the term, their lives don't equal their work. Or their work is greater than their life. Their life does not equal their work. And you can think of more than a few healers and energy senders and spoon benders who are showmen and are in league with negativity, or they're just egotistical and they want a big following, and their lives don't reflect the law of one. They are manipulating others. They are self-aggrandizing, yet they can either heal or have access to intelligent energy, 6th chakra, because they found a pathway to intelligent infinity, 7th. The pathway is the link between 6th and 7th chakra. They made the pathway to intelligent infinity, 7, by accessing it through 6, by opening to intelligent energy, which comes through 6th chakra from 7th. Still they have blockages in lower chakras. And so, me too, I can be a wonderful teacher, but I still have blockages. And so that working on the blockages is a separate work than the presenting of Ra's truth, in my case, or our, it's like people say, well, it's not so hard to help others, it's hard to really help yourself. It's not so hard to give good advice or to appreciate the glory of this teaching to me. But, I myself have my own work to do, and still areas of mind that are not healed, balanced, accepted, integrated, normally. So